I'm pretty stubborn. The last day into Albury, I was really suffering. There's doubts that creep into your mind, but you know, when someone else is there and they're not prepared to give up either, then you just keep going. The Human Hovel's a track that runs from Yass to Albury walking track. One of the reasons that the Human Hovel isn't walked as much as it should be is because it doesn't come through the towns. Resupply into Tumut is about 7 or 8 k's, Tumba's about the same, but on a bike those issues are gone. So I looked at creating a route that involved public roads through the state forest fire trails and things, and still remain true to what the Human Hovel Trail was, which was Yass to Albury, and follow roughly what Human Hovel explored through that area. Day one, we rolled out of Yass in the morning, freezing cold, in the fog. We were in and out of the fog. This morning, we're at Cooma Cottage, although we can't get in because it's the middle of winter. So we're going to start here.
Chris was talking to me about wanting to ride the Human Hovel and said that he was going to do it on his own, and I said, wow, that'd be a great experience, can I come? And Chris said, yeah, of course you can. For me to be able to tag along was brilliant.
Nathan's someone I've known for a long time and actually met through the Human Hovel Ultra. It's probably quite fitting. Nathan was acting as a mountain bike sweep and I was acting as a photographer for the event. Gradually over the years spent more time on adventures together.
We've done multiple jaunts into Kosciuszko National Park, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, split boarding, and bushwalking. Done a couple of the canoe club trips.
Usually 1 or 2 things a year.
And so on trotters every Sunday morning as well. There's a local running club. So. And then a relationship developed from there where I've been going backcountry with Chris now in the winter for many years. Yeah, couldn't count now. Dehydrated red capsicum hummus.
Boiled egg. Are you bringing your salt?
Oh.
No.
Camera crew's got salt and pepper.
No doubt.
We pretty much did it self-sufficient. So I was really trying to do it as if I was doing it myself all the way through. So, but the camera guys, you know, they're eating steak and bread and drinking beer, and I think if we'd actually wanted to get into the vehicle, I don't think they would have let us in the end. I don't know.
Like, come on, Nathan. Seriously, how much weight did I carry that I didn't need to carry? It pays to go slow. Woo! voice is speaking to me loudly. Shut up, legs.
So tonight we're camping at Mikalong Creek campsite, which is part of Reflections Wee Jasper. The first night in Wee Jasper, a possum, I assume, stole one of my panniers directly out of my vestibule. My pannier bag just disappeared out. A rat or something grabbed hold of it in the middle of the night and it just ripped it out of the tent. First time it's ever happened. We've never had anything nicked.
.28 metres of elevation since we left. Whew. Don't my legs look like. Oh, nearly. And I've dropped the chain. So happy days. Plans have to be flexible, and as you boys know, we took a couple of detours along the track that probably weren't scheduled. One shortcut that turned out to be a long cut. Oh, nice little detour. That puts us under 5k an hour average, but the road looks nice. So how was the shortcut, Chris?
Well, short of distance.
Oh, look at the ice. Oh, that's thick. Oh. And slippery, and the blackberries got me.
We're stopping. Where at? Right here. Had lunch at Mikalong Swamp. The human hovel is along the side of that. It's got a couple of boardwalk sections that we're able to ride along.
Oh, the bike difference, the differences was huge. Get that? Firstly, I've got a fork and a rear suspension. Going down any hill, so much easier. Our wheel sizes, I've got a 2.4 inch width tyre, Chris has got a 3, so the rolling resistance is different.
Just thick.
Very thick. And for comparison, nowhere near as big a build up, but I've only got 2.4s, you've got 3s. Wow.
I think I've got 4-inch tyres now.
4-inch, 5-inch, nearly. Look at the marks where it's rubbing on the frame. The gearing, I've got a 32 cog on the front, Chris has got a 30. I've got 10 on the back and a 52, whereas Chris had a 10 and a 51. So straight away, there's a difference. Every pedal stroke for me, when we're going fast, I travel further, and when we're going slower, every pedal stroke was easier. So that suspension, lack of suspension for Chris meant much harder ride for him.
My normal riding per week is 20 to 40k. So to go and do 400 in 6 days was big.
It was pretty tough, yeah, to go from zero to hero. Chris and I have got a pretty good base level of fitness. We've both been running and riding for many years. So yeah, I think that was our saving grace.
As a bikepacking route, you're able to potentially do it without being a cyclist that's doing a couple of 100k a week. If you were, you could smash out that route a lot faster. You'd probably do it in 4 days or less if you wanted to. Big day.
73.34 kilometres, 1,220 metres of ascent, and it's taken us 8 hours 57 minutes. So a very big day, to say the least. Got to clean the mud off, lube the chains up, and be ready to do it all again tomorrow.
Continue on. Day 3, spent the night here in Shermett. Pretty lucky, got to go home. Just restocked at my favourite outdoor store. We're going to be a bit of pain, a bit of hike and bike, I'd say too. Yeah, we'll get there.
How are the legs feeling after yesterday's efforts?
They're all right. We'll see what happens in the first major hill though. I purposely mapped out the route to be able to come into Tumut and have that resupply point, get the essentials, so you're not having to carry 6 days worth of food. So day 3 we roll out of Tumut and we head towards Blowering Dam. We then have a section of single track on the Human Hovel walking track that's along the side of Blowering Dam in the State Forest there. Spectacular to ride along the side of the dam. The views, I don't think the footage is going to do it justice as to how nice it is along that section. It's really pretty.
Spectacular riding. Oh, a little push up here. One more gear left. No, I think I've got another. Yep, last gear. And whew, that's a hiker bike for Christopher. Well, we're 2 hours in, 19 Ks. So that's a much better average than yesterday.
Oh. Jesus.
Blackberry's a bit overgrown. Oh. Great riding. Watch the track, Nathan. Watch the track. Get up this little pinch. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, look at that. Blowering Dam. Let it rip. Oh, a bit washed out. I'm not even going to risk it. Bit tired. Oh. Down we go, and up the other side if I can. Get turned around, watch Mr. Christopher come through. Launch it, launch it.
Make it over there?
Yeah. You can do it. You can do it. Oh yeah, the bounce, go squishy, go squishy, go. Look out, Mr. Christopher. I'm on. Oh, wow. I haven't been in here since the fires. This is us for lunch.
Long way to Budong. From then we just had to go up. We had a very, very steep climb, anything up to 20% gradients on gravel up along to Snubber Ridge. So there's a fair bit of pushing, bit of riding, bit of pushing, backwards and forwards until we got up onto the top of Snubber Range and the plateau. The view is just amazing. As you're riding up and you're sort of coming around the corner, you're like, oh man, I don't know whether to look at the hill or look at the view. Coming down it is amazing. Going up it, it's really not that much fun. It's getting dark. We're Nathan and I are just making our way to Budong Hut. It's currently about 2 degrees and it's very close to dark. Nathan and I are by ourselves tonight, so we've ditched the camera crew. The road and the tracks down into here to get back onto the Human Hovel Trail and down here at Budong Hut was pretty muddy and it wasn't worth the risk of getting bogged. So mirrors exploded on the table. Got ourselves a fire going. It's really quite nice. Very cold outside.
Budong Hut, it's much nicer than having to set up and pack up the tent for tomorrow morning, so we should be able to get up and make tracks nice and early. Catch up with the boys.
Well, we've made it to Paddy's River Dam this morning. It's just after 10 o'clock, which is good. So this morning we left from Budong and we've come up the single track, up the Human Hovel single track.
Some really good downhill, tree down, but some hiker bikes.
Lots of little bridges and things all the way through it.
Bit of a challenge, but a good way to start the day.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so looking forward to the next section. Get into Tumba, pie, sausage roll, just write the list, I'll buy it. Roll out of Tumba down into Manus and climb back up to Mundaroo. So still a challenging day ahead.
Oh, I think I outride Chris most days, with or without suspension. It's just different styles of riders. I probably, as you've seen, are prone to taking a few more risks. Chris is a bit more conservative. Yeah, I like that adrenaline rush, just that feel of the wind in the hair and letting the bike actually flow and ride and taking a few jumps that you probably shouldn't take.
Potentially a dual suspension is the way to go on some of those rougher sections. There is some fast, rough downhills that I would have to get on the brakes because I was getting bounced around so much. I reckon I could go a second bite. We're here in Tumbarumba. We've just resupplied. Really well stocked IGA in Tumbarumba. Really well stocked, so it's nice to be able to pull in here and know you can get some good food. Bike feels heavier now.
You can do it.
I reckon a pub room and counter meals. campsite's just in here somewhere. Very good. Oh. You want a hand? We're out here to Mundaroo campsite tonight, which is in a really nice spot actually. And then tomorrow we've got a really big day out through Woomagama.
Nathan, I'm feeling generous. Would you like a beer?
Oh, mate. I can smash a beer right now.
All right.
Is that cheating? I know when I was at college, I used to get called a cheap drunk. Well, tonight I'm even cheaper. One mid-strength beer and straight to the head. Heaven knows how either of us would go on our own. I truly believe if I was on my own, I don't think I'd make it this far on my own.
Oh, hats off to anyone doing it solo.
As it is, it's a mind battle, but at least you've got someone else in the same situation that you can bounce off and say, it's all right, there's not much to go, keep pushing on, you'll be right.
It's just brilliant. I hope more people look at the human hovel and go, you know what, I'm going to do it on a bike. Taking a little shortcut this morning across the creek, rejoining the Human Hovel Trail just up here. A lot of people talk about mateship and things, and you know, I think that's really valid when you're doing something that's tough. Knowing that somebody is going through the same experience as you at the same time is really important. We're just heading into Woomagama National Park. It's a 40k section. There's not a lot of water along the way, so just making sure that we've got all our bottles topped up at this creek at the beginning, which is flowing quite nicely, but in summer I'd say to be dry. And I don't really want to carry the extra weight, but I think it's probably worth it.
Chew and ride boys, chew and ride.
My watch currently says 15% grade. I've seen some of it say 20. Day 5 today, just one of our biggest days from a vertical point of view and distance. And I'm suffering. It's been enjoyable, but it hurts. I ride like 20 to 40k a week, and then to come out and do 400k is probably, that's just stupid.
Stupid!
But anyway, that's what we've decided.
Ambitious.
Ambitious. I don't know whether I could have done this without Nathan kicking along. I don't know whether...
I couldn't do it without someone else here.
I think having your mates about is essential for life. Like, at what point in time do we as men get to unload, I suppose, and release our emotions within our friends? We don't tend to talk much about our feelings, but when there's just two of you out in the middle of nowhere and you're both struggling mentally and physically, you tend to let your guard down and open up with issues that you might not have otherwise.
Whoa! Yes!
Oh, yeah.
That is worth it. This is why we climb to high points. Wow. What a view. Oh yeah, it is too, the main range. Yeah, you see the main range.
Hey Amelia, have a look, we're at North Lookout.
How many Ks are you doing?
70, I think. Is it 70? Oh yeah, it's a big day. We've got about 10 Ks to go to the campsite, I think. Hey Phoebe.
Hi.
Look where I am. Oh, okay. Good night to you too.
Where?
Look.
Top of the world. Wow, cool.
Bye. Cool, bye. All right, love you both.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
You ready?
North's Lookout down, that fire road was fantastic. Just, it was let her rip.
Oh, both pedals unclipped. Oh, I tried to do a big jump. Just remember, tighten the cleats up when you got a big load and you want to launch off a water bar. Tight cleats help.
Oh, it's worth the climb.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're kidding me.
Thanks for the fire, boys. Oh man. Right, I can't stop. I gotta put a tent up.
Yeah, I do too, because otherwise if I stop...
If I stop, that's it. Oh.
Hovel tree we're aiming for today. We're not following the exact human hovel route. 74k to Albury. I think our route is 78. Hovel tree.
Here we come.
I'm very excited. There is more descending than there is ascending today.
I thought the river road was meant to be flat. It's anything but. My ass is so sore. The hardest day for me, mentally, was probably the last day. just getting it done.
Yeah, look, there was a couple of points there where it would have been nice to get a lift. The ride into Albury, knowing Chris was spent and trying to get Chris to sit in my slipstream the whole way to try and drag him to town, and poor old Chris, he was struggling. And I turn around and there's 50 metres between us already and go, I'll have to stop again. So pretty tough mentally, to especially when you're not bike fit, to just get on the bike and ride 400 Ks off the bat. Oh, I don't know that Chris would have done it by himself. I think he might have got the tumid on the second night and pulled the pin. If I was riding on my own, geez, I might have done the same thing, you know.
I love adventure. Getting out and doing something that's physically challenging, personally challenging is really important in life. I always feel like I come back refreshed, even though physically I may not be. But mentally, I think it's really important, and it's important to show my kids that things are possible, and you can have a little bit of a dream or a goal and get out and do it. For all the suffering, the pushing, the sweating, the not being able to sit down properly the next day, I had a really good time.
Oh, stop the watch. Just under 78 Ks by 2 metres.
Mine says 77.8.
Mine says 77.99.
Can't handle it, can you?
78. Thank you.